Namma Bengaluru. How's the energy, folks? How's the Josh? Come on, and this is my favorite part of the AI tour. The energy in Bangalore always is different. It's something else. But folks, thank you for being here. Thank you to Satya for pumping all of us up. I'm feeling an inch taller, aren't you all? But folks, thank you for being here. I love the way Satya framed the India opportunity. India today is at an extraordinary moment, folks. This is truly extraordinary. We have proved to the world what a nation can achieve with digital public infrastructure that we have built. But now India stands at the beginning of something much bigger, much bigger. A leap into an AI-first future, a leap to become truly an AI-first nation. And India is now ready for its AI century. And we at Microsoft are so proud to stand tall with India to make this happen. I will start where Satya left us, our mission. And we succeed only if the world around us succeeds. Sorry, can we get the slides to roll, folks? Okay. We succeed when the world around us succeeds. We succeed when India succeeds. And for us at Microsoft, it's never about technology. It's never just about technology. It's about what technology can do with people. With each one of you, how can we make technology real for all of you, what every Indian does with it? And India's advantage will not just come from frontier innovation. We'll obviously innovate like nobody else can, but from diffusion, from classrooms to boardrooms. India will rise when 1 billion Indians rise with AI, and that's our mission, folks. We want to be co-pilots to India's AI transformation, and we will make that happen. That's what we get up every morning for and get to work. Okay, so I thought I'll start with a story. If we can roll this up, perfect. I was in Bangalore a few months ago. I met a friend of mine, Manish, who was building an app. And I said, Manish, when is your app going live? He said, it's in beta. Okay. I was here again a few weeks ago, and I said, Manish, when is the app going live? He said, it's in beta. Okay. I was here last week. I said, dude, when is the final release? When is the app going on? He says, we are in perpetual beta. And again, his words, not mine. He's like, this is like being engaged forever, commitment issues, but with software. Developers in the audience got it. But folks, perpetual beta, you all know this. It's a state of continuous improvement. Your product is live, but you're continuously pushing updates based on what you're picking up. The reason I'm telling you this story is because the world today we are in feels like in perpetual beta, doesn't it? Like it seems very unfamiliar. From Thomas Friedman writing World is Flat 20 years ago, when code was moving across borders and factories were humming, we truly thought the world is flat, to today, when the world seems very, very different. It seems in perpetual beta. And I think that's where I think there are two macro forces at play, geopolitics that we're all trying to make sense of, but also AI. We've got the largest infrastructure build out happening on the planet today. Even in India, we're building the largest hyperscale presence. I think those two forces, geopolitics and AI working together, are making this world very unfamiliar. And I call this the world is rearranging itself, the world is rebooting. And the aspiration here doesn't need to be fight this world which refuses to play by the rules that we're used to, but to understand this world, to navigate this world. And to do this, I will do 3 things today to navigate this world for you. First is I'll talk about frontier AI. Where are we headed with AI? And I'll give you my 5 predictions on AI. I will provoke you, I might be wrong, but I will give you some thought-provoking ideas on where are we headed with AI. I'll talk about India. What are we doing from classrooms to boardrooms? How are we building the tracks before the rails? And then I'll talk about frontier builders, each one of you. How are you using AI? And I'll tell you some stories that we should all celebrate. How Indian businesses and builders are putting AI at the center of everything. And more importantly, how are they doing it? So let's go. Let's begin with frontier AI. You know, Sam Harris had this quote, fascinating quotes. He said, intelligence is a beautiful property given only to humans. Intelligence is a beautiful property given only to humans. I love Sam Harris, but he was wrong. Intelligence is not a property given only to humans. For the first time in the history of humankind, we potentially have the ability to manufacture intelligence. When compute will become cognition, when compute will become intelligence, a log of compute will become intelligence. That's the pursuit of AI, folks. We're trying to build machines that possess human equivalent when it comes to intellect, even superiority in some cases. We're entering a new reality. Today, if you have to put intelligence to work, what do? You hire a team of people, you bring them together, get the project manager, get the team going, fully loaded costs, 3 months, 4 months, and then you see some impact of that intelligence. Imagine a world where you move from intelligence coming in this team structure to something that you can buy like you buy electricity. Imagine a couple of years down the line, you're sitting in the same room and there are sockets around you and you can plug yourself in and get 50 IQ points. That's the world we're entering, folks. That's the new reality. Intelligence will move from something which is scarce and expensive to something which is abundant, which is almost available on demand, available on tap. And this world will be very different, folks. Every business today is a bundle of intelligence, a bundle of expertise. Once intelligence is available on tap, you'll have to go back and rewire your business. That changes everything in terms of how we run businesses, how we run people, how we get economics going. This will change everything about businesses. So if that's happening, if we're moving to this world of intelligence on tap and unmetered intelligence, how would the world look different? And I'll give you my 5 predictions, folks. Again, to provoke you, might be wrong, but let's go there. Number 1, we're all used to physical colleagues. We're used to colleagues working with each other. We are entering a phase where digital colleagues will join the workforce, folks. We will not be alone in the workforce. AI so far has been about answering questions and reasoning. The next wave of AI will be through collaboration. The real unlock in AI will come when it'll move from a tool on your phone. Right now it's a tool on your phone, whatever model you're using, whatever chat interface you're using. When it moves from a tool on your phone to a true teammate. And that's how we're making the next generation of agents that are coming in, which are autonomous, which can goal seek in an unstructured environment, go do stuff for you and come back and say, hey boss, I've got something useful. And these agents have 3 things. They have perception, they see everything you see, they have cognition, and they have agency. They act with your permission, but not your involvement. So folks, we're entering a world where AI moves from a tool on your phone to a teammate to a true digital colleague to amplify us. Number 2, Batman fans. I love Batman, Gotham City. There used to be a bat signal. There's another bat signal in the sky now, folks. Every startup, every digital business I talk to, every developer I talk to, the conversation earlier used to be, what cloud do I build on? Now the conversation is, what model do I build on? What API do I start with? The first dollars for every business used to go on servers and storage and databases. Now they're going on models and API calls, folks. Whoever wins the developer's first API call will build the next hyperscaler. That's where we headed. So if businesses are being built with AI, where are they're being built on? Where is the TAM? And my third prediction there is we'll move from this inefficiency economy that we're all used to right now to an outcome economy. Think about it. Today, the more time it takes, the more your lawyer makes. The more time it takes, the more your IT service provider makes. The more time it takes, the more your consultant makes. I could go on. This model is fundamentally broken, folks. It's an inefficient model, and trillion-dollar industries today are built on this inefficient model, which is breaking every day. Which is breaking. AI will end this charade of billing by hours. If the AI can give you your legal document in 20 seconds, your lawyer will not be able to bill you by the hour. We will move to a world of microtransactions. You will go and say, listen, I need my forecast sorted for the next quarter. Give me my forecast. The model will say it'll be $20 and let's get it done. So that's the world we're entering, folks, the inefficiency economy moving to outcome economy. Every business will need an AI factory. And this is something Satya spoke about. We talk about sovereignty at the country level, sovereignty at the company or the business level. If the model eventually knows everything, what do you know? If the model eventually knows everything, what does your business stand for? And I think that's where your ability to build your own AI factory, take an open weight model, bring your knowledge, bring your context, bring your magic and let that compound is where this is headed, folks. Every business will need an AI factory, agent factory to be built in. My last prediction, this is the question I get asked all the time. Will AI steal jobs? My answer is AI will not steal jobs, folks. AI will dissect jobs. AI will unbundle jobs. Every job today is a bundle of tasks. Your job is a bundle of tasks. My job is a bundle of tasks. AI will unbundle it. And when the AI unbundles jobs, we will need to bundle ourselves much better. It'll force us to bundle ourselves much better, folks. Unfortunately, we're still living with this industrial age era template. My grandfather, my father, I'm almost living with it, where you learn once and earn for the rest of your life. That is breaking, folks. That is breaking completely. Learning used to be like building a house and living in it forever. Now learning is like planting your tent wherever you see the opportunity. It's changing dramatically, folks. We will be the last generation to have stable long-term careers. We will be the last generation, I can promise you that. Not going to happen, folks. And this AI era, folks, and people are worried about automation too much. The real pink slip is not automation. The real pink slip is our refusal to learn. This is guerrilla warfare against irrelevance every day, folks. If there's one thing I can give you today, if you're not learning, you're already behind. This is no longer a hobby. It's guerrilla warfare against irrelevance every day. Okay, so learn, learn, learn. So those are my 5 predictions. Let's talk about India. And I'll give you a couple of ideas to think about. First, we always know that tracks come before the trains. India is laying the right tracks, folks. AI for us in India is not just a technology shift, it's an economic, social, generational, profound shift, folks. It's the most transformative opportunity of our lifetimes. And India is laying the right tracks, but if you look at our digital public infrastructure, the 7 digital highways, they're built for the digital age. They're now all being transitioned for the AI age. So from these digital highways, be it Aadhaar, be it UPI, being run like digital systems, our 22 million developers that Satya spoke about are going to transition them to an AI-ready world where they'll be run with autonomous workflows, co-pilots, agents. That's the world we're entering, folks. And that's why our commitment to scale 20 million people in the country is super important, and we're so excited about it. A nation, a country becomes frontier when 3 things happen, folks. First is digital infrastructure becomes AI infrastructure, which is happening. Second, we've got connectivity across the length and breadth of Bharat, which is happening. And then we have governance and programs to scale, which is happening. So that's the magic sauce. That's the flywheel in India that's starting to build. And it's not just building the tracks and the trains, it's also diffusion. Another fascinating book that you should read if you haven't read. Jeffrey Ding wrote this book. But his simple thesis of this book was there are 2 types of states in the world. States that build technology, frontier technology, and states that diffuse technology. Take a guess on who gets more value. The ones who diffuse technology. Of course, if you can build and diffuse, it's magic, but it's not necessary. But if you can diffuse technology, your ability to get value out of this is much, much, much bigger, folks. And it's incredible to see how India is doing this from classrooms to boardrooms. From classrooms to boardrooms, folks. India is picking this up and diffusing like never before. So we spoke about frontier AI, my 5 predictions. We spoke about how India is laying the tracks before the trains and diffusing technology like never before. Let's talk about frontier businesses and frontier builders. And I've been using this term frontier a lot, but to give you a sense of what frontier means, you know what frontier models are, always changing, always improving, always moving fast. Frontier firms are like that. They're always changing, they're always moving, they're always building innovative technology. And given the privilege that we have at Microsoft of working with thousands of customers, we've got some patent recognition. And the other question I get along with jobs is the ROI on AI. The ROI in AI is no longer elusive, folks. It's no longer elusive. It's coming from these 4 patent recognitions that we have. These are the 4 areas where we're seeing the most ROI. First is employee experiences, and these companies are focused on employee experiences, enriching it, really getting the right talent, giving them the right tools. Customer engagement, really N is equal to 1, which is the dream we had in customer engagement, is back to folks that it's true again, and they're reinventing customer engagement like never before. Reshaping business processes. You can't apply AI on an old process and expect it to do magic. You have to do the replumbing, folks, from left to right, and they're re-looking at processes. Bending the curve on innovation. There's a maker in all of us. There's a creative person in all of us. We've somehow drowned that person over our lives and careers. They're bringing that person back. They're bringing the creativity back. And they're making, and AI used to be a top-down push till 2 years ago, till last year even. They're making AI a bottom-up revolution, a ground-up swell. And let me give you some examples to bring this to life and show you some real firms who are doing this beautifully. UST, I think Krishna was in the room. I think he's just gone into a meeting, but incredible to see what UST is doing, folks. 5,000 co-pilots, really thinking about HR, thinking about every function in the organization, getting ready for an agentic future, really building this end-to-end. Incredible to see the impact and incredible to see what they're building. ClearTax, one of my favorite examples. They're doing tax filing for gig workers in this country, bringing AI into this. The impact that they're seeing, 75% of workers today are filing taxes through ClearTax using AI without any exploitation, without any problem. 75% of gig workers filing tax for the first time. Incredible to see the impact already. Genpact, again, incredible story on end-to-end finance transformation, really looking at processes end-to-end, accounts payable, accounts receivable, doing it end-to-end, and completely reimagining the process, not putting technology on an old process, looking at a process left to right and redoing it completely. Physicswala, one of my favorite examples, again, incredible to see how they're putting AI to work for educating India. Across small cities in India, anybody, and the price point right now is roughly $50 per year, but they're making it super accessible. 2 million students are using their AI tutor, their AI guru to train themselves. Queries to your teacher used to take 6 to 7 hours. Now it's taking a minute. So students were waiting 6 to 7 hours for the teacher to tell them what they did wrong and what they need to do better. Now it's minutes, folks. It's incredible to see what they're doing. So I've told you enough stories and all of that, but folks, the common thread between all of these stories, going back to where I started, which is we have the ability to manufacture intelligence. These companies, these frontier firms are democratizing intelligence, but they're putting the human in the center of it. They're putting the human in this. This is not about more efficiency and productivity. It's about doing things that you could never do before. And they're betting on humanist AI, folks. AI should be in the service of people, not the other way around. Sometimes we get that equation wrong. They're fixing that. All great ideas in life start with human ambition, and they're putting AI, human ambition at the center of it, of course, with Copilot as the UI for AI, and then the agent ecosystem. And we as Microsoft are pulling together our capabilities across our AI business solutions, our cloud and AI platforms, across security and observability across the board to make this happen. We have to do this. We have to put the I back in AI, but that'll only happen with trust and security, and which is what we're doing. Okay. So to inspire you, this presentation is not enough. So what we've done is we published a book, and I'd recommend we'll get you a digital copy. All of you should read this. 60 hero stories of companies in India which are becoming frontier, using AI at scale for real impact, seeing ROI. Please pick this up, folks. And this is to inspire you. This is for you to get going. And we as Microsoft are so humbled and so proud to have customers always vote with their feet. And it's incredible to see this march going on towards Microsoft and our ability to build the best tokens factory on the planet. And Satya spoke about tokens per rupee per watt. Our ability to optimize that and make that happen for India. Our ability to build the agent factory. Our ability to build the AI systems of intelligence with copilots and business applications is what this is bringing together. But once again, thank you to all the customers. Please do go deeper into this and read this. Let me pull this together, folks. And I will leave you with 5 ideas to pursue or 5 actions because I want you to change something when you go out of this room today. First, folks, the intelligence revolution is in full flight. It's here. There's no point denying it. It's here. We are entering an era of unmetered intelligence when we'll have access to intelligence, going back to 50 IQ points on the wall for all of us, especially for me. I can use that. But folks, that's the era we're entering. Go back and think about how are you going to rewire your business, how are you going to rewire your products, how are you going to rewire your development cycles. And folks, this is my call to action, and get going now. Frontier firms are emerging, folks, and they're like time machine. They give you a glimpse of the future, what's coming, learn from them. Go back and figure out your first digital colleague if you don't have one. All of us need to be agent bosses. Figure out agents working for you, get them going. Really think about the agent factory that you build in your business. This is the future, it's already here. The India flywheel is spinning faster than ever. The India flywheel is spinning faster than ever with the tracks before the trains, the diffusion from classrooms to boardrooms. And none of us as Indians, as leaders, as developers are worth our salt as leaders if you're not thinking big for India, folks. If you're not thinking big for India, we're not doing justice to India. So please think big for India. Your mandate and my mandate and all our mandates need to be India. AI skilling is the new literacy. And I said this, folks, this is one thing I want to leave you with. This is guerrilla warfare against irrelevance. It's the only oxygen mask. And I come from Delhi, so I know the value of an oxygen mask. I had to make one Delhi joke. But folks, this is the only oxygen mask. And folks, this is no longer a hobby. Skilling on AI is like climbing a mountain. Some people are running up, some people are taking a bike up, some people are walking, some people are still at the base camp looking at the mountain. Start running towards the mountain, folks. Start climbing. And this is a full contact body sport. Like my learning in life, you can't get fit by watching others go to the gym. I do that all the time. I don't get fit. You got to go to the gym yourself, guys. So go to the gym on this. It's like cardio every day. Don't wait for that once a year marathon. Get going. And then the last thing, folks, Microsoft is so proud to stand tall with India as we power 1 billion dreams, as we raise 1 billion Indians in India to really make us an AI-first nation. Truly an extraordinary moment for all of us. I will end where I started, folks. The world seems unfamiliar. Going back to Manish's app, which is in perpetual beta, the world is rearranging itself. A new map is forming today of the world, folks. And this map does not care about where goods are produced and where value is produced. This map only cares about where intelligence is produced and, more importantly, where intelligence is diffused. This is what this map cares about. And in this rearrangement of this world, in this perpetual beta world, lies the biggest opportunity for all the builders in this room, for the boldest builders, for each one of you. The opportunity of our lifetimes is ahead of us, folks. India's digital destiny is being written today, and so is ours. And as I go back, right, when 1 billion people rise in India with AI, the nation is transforming. There's never been a better time to build for all of us. You are the frontier. You are the future. Let's start building, folks. Thank you.